I have a list of the best players from every active team in the OHL. Beginning with the Barrie Colts, I'm giving it to Alex Pietrangelo. He played for the Colts during the 2009-10 season and was later drafted 4th overall by the St. Louis Blues in 2008. Petro is a 2-time Stanley Cup champion, winning with the St. Louis Blues in 2019 and Vegas Golden Knights in 2023. The Brampton Steelheads are one of the newer OHL franchises. I went with Owen Tippett, who's coming off a great season, and he put up 53 points. He currently plays for the Philadelphia Flyers, but he was drafted 10th overall by the Florida Panthers in 2017. The next team on the list is the Brantford Bulldogs. There weren't a lot of options for this franchise since they changed their name from Bulls to Bulldogs in 2015. I chose Robert Thomas, who's currently an alternate captain for the St. Louis Blues. He's played his entire career with the Blues and helped them win a Stanley Cup in 2019. Connor McDavid is the obvious choice for the Erie Otters. Wayne Gretzky once said that Connor is the best player to come into the league in the last 30 years since Mario Lemieux and Sidney Crosby. He was one game away from winning his first Stanley Cup this past season, and he won his first Conn Smythe trophy despite being on the losing team. The Flint Firebirds are another new franchise in the OHL, and I selected Alex Nedeljkovic. He currently plays for the Pittsburgh Penguins, and he played 38 games for them last season. You may have remembered hearing about him when he scored a goal in the AHL back in 2023. Way to go, Alex! The next team is the Guelph Storm, and my top choices are Drew Doughty and Dustin Brown. They didn't play together in Guelph, but they spent 15 seasons together in the AHL. I decided to go with Drew Doughty, who was LA's 2nd overall pick in 2008. They also won 2 Stanley Cups with the Kings. For the Kingston Frontenacs, I selected German-born goaltender Philipp Grubauer. He won a Stanley Cup with the Washington Capitals as well as a Memorial Cup with the Windsor Spitfires. Other contenders were Sam Bennett, who just won a Stanley Cup with the Florida Panthers. For the Kitchener Rangers, I went with Paul Coffey. He won 4 Stanley Cups as well as 3 Norris trophies, and he was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 2004. What a legend. When you look at all the elite NHL players who played for the Knights, the list goes on and on. My selection is the player who's been called one of the best American players of all time. I'm talking about Patrick Kane, and he's won almost every NHL award, including the Calder Trophy. Next are the Niagara Ice Dogs. Making his 2nd appearance in the video, I selected Alex Pietrangelo as the best player to play for the Ice Dogs. For the North Bay Battalion, I selected Brent Burns. He played a season for the battalion when they played in Brampton. He currently plays for the Hurricanes as one of the few players who can play forward and defense. For the Oshawa Generals, I selected Dave Andreychuk. Andreychuk captained the Lightning to their first Stanley Cup in 2004, and he was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 2018. The Generals also retired as number 9 in 2023. For the 67s, I went with Dennis Potvin. He was the first defenseman to reach 1,000 points in the AHL. He also won 4 straight Stanley Cups with the Islanders during the 1980s. What a legend. For the Owen Sound attack, I chose Jordan Binnington. It was tough to choose between him and Mark Giordano, who is another star player. In December 2018, he was called up by the Blues and within a month became their starting goalie. He helped the team improve from last place in the league to winning the 2019 Stanley Cup. For the Peterborough Petes, I think the best player to ever play the game is a safe choice. Nobody in NHL history has accomplished more than the great one. Wayne Gretzky is the all-time leader in both goals and assists, holding 2,857 points in 21 seasons. The next team on the list is the Saginaw Spirit. I chose 2-time Stanley Cup winner Brandon Saad. He had his number 22 retired by the Spirit in February of this year. For the Sarnia Sting, I'm choosing Steven Stamkos. His number 91 was retired by the Sting in 2018, and it was the first number that they ever retired. He also captained the Lightning to 2 Stanley Cups. The next team is the Sioux Greyhounds. Making his 2nd appearance in the video, Wayne Gretzky is the best player to play for the Sioux. For the Sudbury Wolves, I chose Pat Verbeek. He's currently the general manager of the Anaheim Ducks and won a Stanley Cup with Dallas in 1999. You remember that final, the one where Brett Hull had his foot in the crease, but they still won? The last team on the list is the Windsor Spitfires. Corey Stillman was a 6th overall pick in the 1992 draft. Stillman won his first cup with Tampa Bay in 2004 and the other one with Carolina in 2006.